I'm Emma Willis, and this is the Strong in Your Skin series created in collaboration with Absolute Collagen. I'm going to be chatting to everyday people, hearing their incredible stories of strength, people who are feeling stronger in their own skin than ever before. Today in Strong in Your Skin, we are joined by somebody that exudes strength, Tyrone Brennand.
Hello.
I mean, that's a good intro, right?
I loved it. Exudes strength. No one's ever said that to me before.
Well, I think maybe because if we look at things on the surface with what you do in the world of fitness, you think physical strength, right? But as we know, strength is more than physical strength and more than just what you see on the outside. It is what goes way deep. So what does strong in your skin mean to you?
Life, this is where we get deep,
Let's
already,
get deep,
Like, life, is like super tough as it is, and we all go through trials and tribulations, and I feel like life will bring us happiness, bring us parts where we're going to be sad, and for us to be strong, whether it means us to be strong for ourselves, strong for the people around us, and for us to look in the mirror and to say, whatever we've been through, however we look, whatever we're going through, that we love ourselves, not in a vain way, but love who we are and accept the journey that life's given to us. And so that's what it basically means to me.
So let's talk about your journey then, and the path that you have come down and the things that you have faced, because you faced a lot in your life, haven't you? And you have incredible success now, but a long time ago, like when you were much younger, people didn't think that that would be the path that you would take.
So my mom came to this country from the Philippines, came over here. I never had a dad figure. I never, I still don't know my dad. Yeah, I remember like having these feelings of this hurt and all these things that I went through growing up, stemmed from that. And it was at that point when I started hanging around and being around, people that were like deep into sort of like, criminal activities and deep into, trying to make money in whatever way they could. And, I ended up dropping out of college at that time. And I was like, do you know what? I've got nothing here to sort of like live for. My sister went to university. My mum found her partner and ended up sort of like leaving. So I had no guidance. There was nothing there to tell me, Ty, do this or do that. I was just on one, with no guidance at all.
So how do you pull yourself out of a moment like that? And you were clearly on a path of, self-destruction. The people you love the most aren't around you to support you.
I had met my partner at the time when I was like 15 who had stuck with me. And she said, come and stay over with me, come and live with me and get away from everything you're getting away from. So I went over there, and she had her own issues at that time too. So at that moment, I remember staying with her, and her brother ended up dying. Her sister ended up getting sick, and I saw trauma at that time for her family and for her. So she helped me, so I tried to help her. And we found out that she was pregnant with my first child. And that's when I said to myself, I need to really focus on sorting my life out, because I'm not going to be a person that's going to raise a child and not be there for my child the same way that I don't know my dad. I'm not going to be there to be like, I never knew my kids.
Yeah.
And I'll never be that father, that will never be a present, good father to my kids, the same way that I didn't get to experience that. I want to give my kids everything that I didn't have.
I mean, that is an intense period of time, isn't it? That you feel like you have no reason to be here. Your girlfriend kind of takes you and holds you in a way that you need it. She is going through hell herself. Then you find out you're having a child. I mean, wow, Ty, that is like...
it was super tough. I mean, her story in itself, like gave me sort of, like strength in itself, because the first time that I was staying, so I remember I was on tag, and I had to stay at her parents' house, right? And that was the time when her brother passed away, and I remember I was looking after their younger brother and seeing her parents come in morning, seeing her calling me saying that he's gone, and then 6 months later, her sister gets a illness that she has 50% chance of living in the space of a year, is a lot to go through.
Yeah.
And we can't take life for granted.
No.
Those times when I was like, oh, I have nothing to live for, I have no hope, I had to man up and be strong. I couldn't be a victim anymore. I felt a lot of the times when I was angry and I was drinking and I was almost being a victim to suppressed anger that I had. I was letting it get to me, and I was being weak in terms of, you know what, I'm just going to let this eat me up. My teacher told me I was going to be a failure. I'm going to be the failure. I've never had any father figure there, then F this world.
Yeah. It's easy to live their narrative, right?
Exactly.
It's much easier to live that than it is to actually go, do you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to prove you wrong.
And that takes an incredible amount of inner strength to do that.
Throughout the whole years of when I was young, I was always into fitness, training. And I used to go to the gym with a lot of people, and they used to say, Ty, you'd be amazing, personal trainer. And I was like, personal trainer? I was like, from footballer with no skills to personal trainer. I was like, maybe. But like working in like a Fitness First or a David Lloyd, it wasn't really my thing. But then I started looking around at like, different businesses and business models that were into fitness. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to have my own company. Do it your way. Do it my way. I was never a person that was good at working like for other people. I remember trying when I was like young, my mum was like, you need to go and work. I was like, all right, cool. And, stacking shelves in a supermarket, putting, the yogurts the right way around. I was like, this can't be my life. Like, I'm not good at this.
Pulling them forward so that there's none at the back.
You know the score, right?
I did it too.
You did it too, so you know. You're probably better than me. I ended up getting sacked. How can you get sacked from one of those?
Yeah, I know.
I got sacked.
Do you know what I used to like? I used to work in pharmacy, and I used to like buffing the floor.
Buffing the floor.
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
I don't even know. That's how long
I think
ago.
I would have preferred.
I had a floor buffer.
I think I would prefer the floor buffer.
I suppose it's like a bit of an arm workout as well.
It could have been a bit of fitness.
Were you worried about starting a business?
100%.
Because I'm very much like you. I was not academic at school whatsoever. Yeah. Thank God I ended up doing this, because I'm like, I wouldn't have a clue where to begin.
Yeah. I was definitely scared. I was scared about everything. I remember being at that time, I was, if you met me back then, I had no confidence. I probably wouldn't even be able to look at you in the eye and talk. I had no people skills, I couldn't talk. It was a moment in my life where I was like, what am I gonna do and how am I gonna do it? But I knew that I had to change. And I knew if it wasn't gonna be this, I would be either dead or in jail. It's one of the two. Yeah. So I went to the Prince's Trust and
it had to be this.
And it had to be this. It wasn't going that way. And so I went to the Prince's Trust, and they put me on this course which showed me how to start your own business within a week. And I remember having a fire in my belly and listening to these speakers that were there. And I was saying to Gemma, my partner, I was like, I'm gonna really do this. And she was like, well, I hope so. And there was enough talking by then. I just wanted to do just actions. And I went and I started my business, went to like a Dragon's Den type thing, and I took what I learned from there, and I built my business. I built a website, I promoted it, I learned how to do search engine optimization. I had a phone call and I was like, it's calling. Answered it, hi, I've seen your website, blah, blah, I'd like to know about the personal training. I said, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. And then from then I started building a clientele, started putting things on Instagram, and then, had brands and stuff like reaching out to me, then like, some celebrity people reaching out to me, and just built it from there. And, one thing that I've always wanted to do, with, my business is inspire people and help people. And, I know the life that I grew up with, and I know that there's so many other people that experience the same thing. A part of me is not just trying to be successful for myself, for my family, but to show and inspire people that you can do it.
And I think that's what's so fantastic about the Prince's Trust as well, isn't it? Is that they are a charity that are there to help people who really kind of want to change their life and make a difference, don't really know where to begin. They've very much helped and mentored you, and now you want to give that back.
Exactly,
in the world.
And that's what I want to do. And Prince's Trust they put me on this course. I didn't know anything about business. And now, like, I help mentor people to, you know, be successful in business. And it's crazy.
And you're still very much a part of the Prince's Trust.
Yeah, so I'm a part of them. I still do work for them. I'm a part of the board of the Rise campaign to help raise money and also give money to them. And yeah, I'll continue forever to support them because, you know, they supported me at a very, you know, important time in my life when I needed to.
Looking back, can you believe the change that has happened?
Yeah, it's mad.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, so this year's like the 10th year anniversary of my business. I started like 10 years ago, and I just remember having this fire in my belly and saying, you know, I'm gonna give it everything that I can. And I look back at everything and I say to myself, the life that I could have been living would have been so different. And a lot of people choose the wrong decision, and it's so easy to go down that path. But it's also so easy to choose the right path and just to do the right thing and be a good human being and be a person that chooses, you know, the choice of love and happiness, than to choose the road of self-destruction and anger and darkness.
I mean, it takes a huge amount of inner strength, doesn't it, to do that? And you've got to have that belief. And if you haven't ever had that belief or felt that belief from people around you, I'm not saying you, but just generally, then it is hard to pull yourself out of that. But it is possible.
No, for sure. It's possible, but it has to require a strength within, and you have to want it. There is that opportunity for you to do it if you want it.
It's there if you want it, absolutely.
It's there if you want it,
Yeah.
but you need to find that strength. You need to find it from somewhere. It's in here somewhere, but you have to find it.
The effects that exercise can have on you as a whole are phenomenal. Not just your physical health, but your mental health as well. It's just really hard to get into it, isn't it? Says me sitting here who, you know, I enjoy what I enjoy. But if anyone tries to make me do something I don't enjoy, then I just won't go back. So how do you get around that, Ty?
So for me, I always just do exercise, consistently. So it's about doing it consistently and trying to do the things that you enjoy doing, knowing the days that you don't feel like you want to train, understanding and knowing that it's good for your health. Yeah, all the doctors say you need to exercise minimum 20 to 30 minutes a day, and also understanding that, okay, I want to be here for longevity and I want to be strong. So being able to break up a workout, even if you train 30 minutes in a day, whether it's like 15 minutes of cardio and 15 minutes of strength, doing like machines, could be on body weight, some push-ups, some, you know, squats, it doesn't matter, but just build a little circuit and 30 minutes is enough.
Right.
And just being able to do that a few times in a week, along with, you know, the mum activities that you have to do on a day-to-day is good enough, and then eating as healthy as you can. I feel like doing that is good enough. You don't have to be the most extreme person.
Yeah. Can we finish on something that blew me away on your Instagram? And that is the hollowback headstand.
The hollowback headstand.
Dude,
Listen.
what even is that?
So-
It doesn't look possible.
It's possible. I could get you doing that soon. I can. Do you know
You
what
can?
it is? I definitely can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a deal. I've got you on that
Okay,
one.
yeah.
So the hollowback
How
headstand,
do
right?
you not break your neck?
No, my neck might have broke a couple of times. I'm joking. No. So the hollowback headstand, yeah. So yoga is obviously a big part of my journey in my life.
I mean, it is an art. I've never seen anyone move like that.
Well, thank you.
Do you want your fingertips? Stop it. Ty, you're like a snake. It's amazing. Wow.
There we go. Jeez.
Oh, bow!
Wait, my neck.
No,
My neck. I'm joking.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember, beauty, power, strength, courage, confidence, they all come from within. We all deserve to feel strong in our skin. Bye-bye.